Welcome back to Chet Her, brought to you by JP Chase, the bank that advances women everywhere. Women make up 51% of the population here in the U.S., but less than a quarter are elected officials are women. Ignite is the largest and most diverse young women's political leadership program in the country and is on a mission to inspire political power in young women. So joining us now is Sarah Guillermo, CEO of Ignite. Sarah, can you tell us more about the mission of Ignite and what resources you offer young women?
Hi, thank you so much for having me this morning. Ignite is a movement of young women who are ready and eager to become the next generation of political leaders. And you're right, we are the largest, most diverse organization that is helping young women flex their political power all across the country. We provide year-round programming that young women can tap into all across their lifetimes as kindergartners, as high school students, as college students, and as they go into their young adulthood.
We mentioned there 51% of the U.S. Is represented or is women, right? But proportionately, we're not seeing them in power. What challenges do young women face when entering the world of politics?
Yeah, we are facing a whole host of challenges, and you can just imagine over the past 6 years what those challenges are. So one of them is literally around how do you fundraise? When you are a young woman of color or just a young woman running for office for city council and having to make that first ask, can I have $10 to run this campaign? A lot of young women are thinking that is money for me, but it's really about my community. So that's been a barrier and a challenge, and it's been huge with the work we've been doing with JP Chase Women on the Move to really empower young women around their finances, to really support them in their candidacies, but ultimately as they serve as political leaders in the whole host of roles that they do.
Yeah, we know running for office is not cheap by any means. We also know, yeah, exactly. We also know that Ignite was named a finalist for the Equality Can't Wait Challenge. Can you tell us what goes into this challenge and what's the prize here? I mean, what do winners walk away with?
Yeah, we are so proud to be one of the top 10 finalists for Equality Can't Wait. It is a $40 million pot of money that is put together by the Schustermans, Melinda Gates, and Mackenzie Scott. And the top 3 finalists get $10 million to really advance women's roles in leadership all across the country. And for Ignite, we are really excited to train hundreds of thousands of young women across the next 5 years to flex their political power as candidates, political leaders, as voters, as community mobilizers. You can see in this photo as they gather, we're excited to have a conference again, but really to flex their political power so that we can change the narrative for young women to be in these positions of power today and not 20 years from now.
The diversity in those photos is just striking and so important. So just wanted to point that out really quickly. We know that Ignite is also teaming up with JP Chase on financial literacy, a partnership here. We know financial literacy is so critical when we're talking about equity here. What is in store for this partnership?
Yeah, we've been working with JP Chase Women on the Move for years now to do a ton of work at our conferences to really get young women to think about their finances as 18-year-olds, as 14-year-olds, because we know that as they start to build their financial playbook, that is going to play a role in all of the different work that they're going to do moving forward. Yeah. As candidates, we're really looking at how is it going to be in terms of some candidates, you have to fund your first race and start to ask for money. And so that's the work that we've been doing together. And as you can imagine, over the past year with the pandemic, we had to take everything online. So we've been doing a lot of partnership work on TikTok and Instagram because that's where our young women are at. And really normalizing what does it mean to talk about finances? What does it mean to talk about money, and how can money actually move power into the right places?
Before I let you go here really quickly, what are your plans for empowering more women in politics and moving forward now?
Yeah, we have so many plans. I wanted to share a story about Jocelyn Yao, a young woman I met when she was just a college student. Jocelyn is now 25, the youngest woman of color to serve as a mayor in a city here in the state of California. And Jocelyn's been making moves, and she has been deciding what is going to happen in her community as we reopen and come back out of COVID, or as we continue to navigate what's happening with COVID. And so I'm really hopeful that we can continue to have more Jocelyn's all across this country to change the narrative about where women are and how we can really truly flex our political power as young women.
I can't wait to see more Jocelyn's around the country. Thank you so much, Sarah Guillermo, CEO of Ignite. JP Morgan Chase is committed to providing the education and tools to advance financial equality for women everywhere. To learn more, visit jpmorganchase.com/WOTM.